Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today in Warframe, I want to talk about what is Warframe 1999. Warframe 99 is so far looking like a prequel Warframe story. It is going to be a Warframe update in 2024. It's not a separate game or anything like that. No. This is just going to be Warframe 2024's like big update essentially, right? Because guess what? Warframe has more updates. Later in 2023, we have Whispers in the Wall, as well as before that, we have like the stuff of Dagoth. And then in 2024, we will have Warframe 1999. So what exactly is that, other than just another Warframe update? Well, it's a prequel, it looks like. Seemingly, we are going to get a lot of information on the start of Warframes. I believe this is the first Warframe Arthur Excalibur, you know, Arthur Excalibur, King Arthur Excalibur sword, right? Obviously, it's very that, okay? They poke the lulls at the old lore a lot, okay? They like the memes, they like shitposting. It's great. But this is Warframe in 1999, essentially going over to the year 2000. It's very reminiscent of Digital Extremes' old game, Dark Sector, and it might be just like a nod to Dark Sector, because Dark Sector was the game before Warframe, which kind of led into Warframe. So this is very much a shout out to a lot of like old fans of Warframe Digital Extreme, so if you know, you know. It's very reminiscent of that. But all things considered, this is just a Warframe update next year. Big update, but an update nonetheless. And it essentially is saying that Warframe Arthur Excalibur, looking for ya boy Intrati, was it like Albrecht Intrati? He's looking for Albrecht Intrati, whatever lore that may be, to hopefully try and fix and unbreak the world. That's the idea. We can already see, like, the infestation is seemingly clawing its way out and just trying to get a hold of the world. So we can already see things are messed up, right? Without a doubt, things are broken. But we don't get a ton of story, all things considered. We know that there might be mag because we hear mag noises on the radio, so this is definitely the start of warframing of Infested and the Orcan tech and like the Void. This is the start of everything. It's pretty interesting, and all of it, as you can see, is taking place during Y2K, the year 2000. If you do not know, if you're not a boomer like me, in the year 1999 to 2000, it was thought that when the year hit over to 2000, the world would just fucking explode, fall apart, and die. A lot of ideas that people had in their mind was that the world was going to end because a lot of computers and technology would not know how to swap over to the year 2000, and like it was theorized that planes were going to crash and like the world was going to end. You know how like people like in 2012, right? Every year there is the world ending theories. During the year 1999 to 2000, Y2K was the world ending theory. It was not thought of super seriously by a ton of people, but it's one of those things that it got a lot of news coverage, they scared a lot of people, and like it was a big thing. If you were there, you would have known. I was a child, but even I remember. I was like 3, 4 something years old. So it was a big thing, right? Everything was Windows 98. Yeah, it was massive. So that is kind of a nod to Y2K as well, and I absolutely love it. So that is what's going on with Warframe 1999. It's literally Warframe in the year 1999 before all of the Infestation Orcan Void shenanigans took over. And if you look at the description, they even say, in this stunning new update coming to the game next year, a stranger known as Arthur, who bears a striking resemblance to Excalibur, faces a familiar enemy in a new form. Where or possibly when does this battle between unknown forces take place? Only time will tell, right? And it ends off with Arthur Excalibur, the very first Excalibur we're assuming, finding and meeting Albrecht Intrati. Now, we do not know where the lore of this is all gonna come into place. Like, we're assuming this was early Albrecht Intrati before he was fully evil, and like, but this was also this is Wally, Man in the Wall, so it's like, we don't know at what point anything's truly happening, right? Where he's given out that Wally man in the wall energy. So it gets really weird. We don't quite know what's going on. If we look at a lot of comments, people are just like, yeah, truly awesome. Transition to 99, awesome. Audio was great because it was us at TennoCon. Everyone's pretty excited. They had the 9 Inch Nails song in the video, which would get slapped by YouTube copyright. So that's a lot of what Warframe 1999 is right now. It's a nod to old Warframe, old Dark Sector, and a new Warframe update that will, in theory, go over previous prequel type, like before the events type lore. It could also just be continuation of like another timeline that you fucking jump to because the multiversal shenanigans in Warframe. So this might just be another type of Duviri in that sense, if you want to think of it as an in-game concept instead of like a lore concept. It most likely will be another area you visit and play similar to Duviri, but where you'll get more of your Warframe abilities. Or it's just a one-time quest. It's hard to say 100%, but let's take a look at what the wiki is saying. They are aware it's a 1999 next update. He looks for Dr. Intrati in the year 1999. He found him, and then the year 2000 shows off. So, a popular theory is that the expansion references the in-real-life event known as Y2K problem. It 100% does, okay? Not a theory, 100% is. When computer programs were being developed, the ones using 4-digit calendar year had their 4-digit year format as 19XX, with XX representing the actual change. So yeah, I talked about this earlier. The TLDR is people just thought everything was gonna break and explode the second things went over. So that's 100%. Warframe is taking Y2K as a canon lore in-game event, and they're making that the like Eternalism baby kickoff into the chaos of the infested, the Orokin, all of the enemies. It'll be great. I can't wait. But we don't truly know what's going on. Seems like time traveling and multiversal is all the rage these days. Love the AK, do miss the real ballistic weapons. Warframe is very shenanigansy, multiversal, like eternalism-y. So like nothing really matters in the grand scheme of Warframe lore because of that. Everything matters and nothing matters kind of deal, right? Like they can do whatever they want, so the lore, the story doesn't really matter in that regard, but that's okay. It's a prequel and it will be glorious. We keep getting prequels, it's kind of funny. Because Duviri was also kind of a prequel. Kind of not, kind of a prequel, right? Hopefully the Warframe 99 as a game is really fun as an update. It's gonna happen when it happens. They just have literally like immediately following transference into a vessel during Whispers in the Wall. The scene abruptly shifts to Arthur, a human wearing armor that bears a striking resemblance to Excalibur. We're all assuming these are like tier 1 Excaliburs, right? The first Warframes before they got fully infested and screwed over, right? Because Warframes are biological infested technology goofery, where it's like kind of like Cyberpunk where you're a human but you're not, right? You pretty much become the Warframe via infested goofery. And then, yeah, little kids can transfer into you. Don't worry about it. Fighting what appears to be infested humanoids possessing 1999 computers in an abandoned subway. His partner, AOI, which seems like AOI might be Mag. Okay, that's what we are saying. They were made with a helmet. Yes. Instructs him to link up with Terminal and find Dr. Intrati. Upon interfering with a computer, declares to be under attack. The sound of Mag's crush can be heard, so that's why it's assumed AIO might be Mag. We still don't know if there's Loki/Volt somewhere in this story, but that's okay. And then Arthur is then attacked by the creatures from earlier, defeating them with Radial Javelin as he passes out. So I want to say it's assumed that this is the start of Arthur Excalibur becoming real, like full Excalibur, because his mind's going, right? He's becoming infested, possibly. Maybe they're all slowly losing their ability to be proper humans and, you know, are becoming Warframes. We just don't know, because of course, later on, all things considered, Excalibur Arthur will have to have more Excalibur surgery on him. So, hey, we do not know the full depth of the update because it's just a 5-minute teaser, but from what people have surmised, that's about all we know. I'm kind of curious what everyone thinks about it. I'm excited for Y2K Frame. Either way, it'll be a fun update, so sub, like, check out all the socials, streaming on Twitch, you know, Epic Games creator code Pupsker, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Thank you. Cheers.